Hi, I'm Scott Denson with Homestretch. Thanks for tuning in. First, we'd like to take a moment to explain who we are at Homestretch and a little bit about our company. Homestretch is a new motion manufacturer that began business in 2010. And you say, wow, why would you start a company in this recession or in this type economic environment? And at Homestretch, we like this opportunity. We're excited about it. We have a long history in the motion and reclining furniture business with various companies in the business. Franklin and Lane, the three of us that started the company, saw an opportunity as the recession hit for us to come out with a new motion company that was focused on quality. And everything that was done in the motion manufacturing business was focused on that quality product. So having said that, as we get into our products and we get into this presentation, keep in mind that Homestretch's sole focus is quality. Nothing we do is about getting a lower price. It's about building a quality product for you as a salesperson and for the end consumer in their home, a product that they can enjoy for years to come. Homestretch is a company that is 100% made in the USA. That is the single most important thing we're going to talk about today. We want you to let every customer know it. Many companies use components from overseas. They bring in wood products, they bring in mechanisms, they bring in all types of products from overseas to build their product and assemble it in the US. We build our products in Mississippi that are 100% made in the USA. The mechanism is built in Mississippi. The foam is fabricated in Mississippi. The wood products are cut in Mississippi, and all the hardwoods used in our products are cut and grown in the U.S. So that's a great point for you to talk about with all your customers. Every time they buy a Homestretch job, they're supporting domestic jobs and helping us continue to grow as a company and hire more workers. The next thing we'd like for you to keep in mind is that we only use hardwood and hardwood plywood in our product. Many companies over the last couple of years, as the economy has really gone down and business has shrunk, they have cheapened their product and gone to some less expensive components to allow them to hit better price points and keep their factory full. At Homestretch, this opened a great opportunity for us to only use top-end components. We use a solid oak seat box, and we use hardwood plywood in the outside arms and in all the non-stress areas of the chair. That's a great point for you to point out. We always want you to talk about that we're using the single best components in the chair, and that's what we want you to focus on. Now we'll walk over and we'll talk a little bit more about our individual products. Please keep in mind as you look at our products, whether it's the current styles that are on your floor or new products that filter onto your floor over the next few months, our construction never changes. The quality products that go into it, the story of Made in the USA, the story of hardwood, the story of hardwood plywood is always the same. So we want you to keep that in mind. Another important feature for you to keep in mind on all of our products is that the backs are removable. You can always remove Homestretch backs. They pop off so they can be delivered very easily into a consumer's home. Regardless of the size of the door, you are always going to be able to deliver a Homestretch product into the consumer's home. The next thing that we want you to focus on is how we finish our product underneath. And this is something that's different on your floor. Again, Homestretch is focused completely on quality. So you're always going to see a fully finished underneath product. No upholstery treatment is left undone. We use full fabric sides here, always using as much fabric as possible, and then we finish everything so that no wood products or mechanisms, seat springs, things like that are exposed in your home. This just adds a lot of look, and again, focusing on quality, it looks like a more quality, fully finished product. We always use metal bases on our products. Metal obviously stronger than wood, so you're always going to see metal bases. That is true on our motion and our reclining sofas, our reclining love seats as well. We talked about our solid hardwood. We'll discuss those, how you can look at it, because as we fully upholster everything underneath, you're not always going to be able to see the hardwood and the hardwood plywood. So we'll discuss that and show you some slides and show you some examples of exactly what we're using inside our product so that you can take a look at it. Homestretch makes multiple recliners and also reclining sofas and reclining love seats. Every product Homestretch makes has motion. It reclines. Nothing is stationary, nothing doesn't move or doesn't have a function. The double play sofa I want to specifically mention briefly, if I can. A lot of reclining sofas have outside releases, but because of the size of this arm, we actually have an inside pull so that you can operate the reclining feature very, very easily. When you recline in Homestretch products, notice the depth of the recline. You get very near flat. This is a 360 mechanism from Leggett & Platt that is made in the USA. It's an 8-gauge steel mechanism. We want you to talk about how far it reclines. It is a wall-saving mechanism, so we want you to talk about that. It can go in small spaces. It needs about 3 inches from the wall to recline. Remember, the backs do pop off, so again, even if it's a mobile home or small door in an older home, you're always going to be able to deliver Homestretch products through the door. And that's very important, because getting furniture delivered if the backs don't come off is sometimes an issue for the consumer. So make sure you point that out. One thing about Homestretch products we want you to make the consumer aware of is we've partnered with Habitat for Humanity. That is our corporate charity. A percentage of every purchase of Homestretch products goes directly to Habitat for Humanity. You can visit our website at www.hstretch.com, and you can see the link to Habitat for Humanity for a little bit more information on that as well. But as a serious manufacturer that has been blessed with a lot of growth and a lot of opportunity in this business, we feel like it's important to give back to our community. And in difficult times like this, we feel like Habitat for Humanity is a great charity, and we want you to make the consumers aware that their product and their purchase also is a gift for them, but it's also a gift to someone through Habitat for Humanity. So we want you to talk about that and make sure you point that out to every consumer. As we go through and we talk about the products, this is a great thing we want you to focus on. There are 4 features we always want you to talk about when you're talking about our construction. We showed you that it's fully finished underneath, but there's 4 things we want you to focus on. First, the hardwood seat box. This is a solid oak seat box, and we want you to talk about that. Most companies have gone to pine, have gone to hardwood plywoods, things like this in this area because they're less expensive. We use a solid oak seat box, and we lay those rails flat. That allows us to upholster to the outside of the seat box, which prevents the seats from leaning over time. If you've sold furniture for very long, or you've sold it in the past, then you're very familiar with customers complaining about seats leaning to the arm or to the handle side. Homestretch, you have 4-sided seat upholstery by the 4-sided seat box. We upholster to the outside of that seat box, so it helps prevent that, and also you get the strength and the durability of solid oak. Next, we pad all the sides and backs of our products. You're never going to have fabric to wood contact. Why is that important? Because you're going to see less dings and scuffs on Homestretch products. Let's face it, you don't get paid until the sale is finalized, until the customer's happy with the products that are in their home. Homestretch pads the sides and backs, so you're going to have less damages and less scuffs, so you're going to get your payment and get that sale finalized and be able to move on to your next customer with a happy, satisfied customer through Homestretch products, padding the sides and backs. Next, we use what's called Unirail frame construction, and this is going to be something that most companies, or likely no company, is talking to you about, because most companies have gone to particle board or what we call OSB in the arms to reduce the cost of product. They're not able to use this type construction. We use what's called Unirail frame construction because we only use hardwood plywood in the outsides of the arms. What Unirail frame construction means is that these 4 joints that make the arm are actually one piece of plywood. There are no joints adjoining it. Generally, this is 4 individual pieces of wood that are glued together, stapled together. Obviously, one piece of plywood with no joints is a much stronger arm treatment, so it's a very, very durable product. This is the type of product that you're going to be able to feel when you sit in it. You'll notice our product does not flex or shake or wobble as much as a lot of the other products that your customers are going to be sitting in. And finally, We use a construction process called mortise tenon frame construction. This is actually how we attach the arms to the seat box. And what mortise tenon frame construction is essentially puzzle technology. The joints actually lock into place. If you're familiar with case goods, you're going to have seen dovetailing on drawers. Mortise tenon is a very similar process to that. It's actually interlocking joints that are glued, corner blocked, and stapled. So it's the strongest arm attachment in the industry. Again, we're able to use these types of arm attachments because we're only using solid oak in our seat box and hardwood plywood in the arm. So point that out to your customer. These are 4 features that make Homestretch a true quality product. Every CD you're going to have looked at, the companies are going to have talked about quality and how well they make their product. At Homestretch, we believe value means price without sacrifice. What does that mean? Well, if you sacrifice your components to reduce your cost, then you're not truly a value, you're just a lower price. At Homestretch, we only use top-end components. We never sacrifice the components. So you're truly getting the best value in the industry. And that's what we want you to keep in mind. There's really 4 things that you need to remember. We'll add a 5th since we're a new vendor to your floor. 4 things I want you to remember from a construction standpoint and from a talking point. First, Homestretch is 100% made in the USA. Please keep that in mind and mention it to every customer. Second, our corporate charity is Habitat for Humanity, and we give a percentage of each purchase the consumer makes to Habitat for Humanity. Third, we use a solid oak seat box. We're the only person on your floor using a solid oak seat box. Fourth, we use hardwood plywood and only hardwood plywood in the arms and the outside shaping areas of the chair. And finally, 5th, please remember that all backs pop off the product. You will always be able to get Homestretch products delivered, and that we keep them on a metal rail system. Having said that, good luck, thank you for your business, and happy holidays.